Coffee cup. One sec. All right. We got through everything, right? So we're gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna go over basic market structure and things that you can look for. It's noon here in Orange County. I'm in Oregon, so it's noon here too. Orange County. I'm from Pico Rivera, actually, from the LA area, so I know where Orange County is. All right, so let me see here. I'm going to go over basic market structure, right? So that we get an understanding of where we could potentially see reversals. And then we're going to start getting into the reversal patterns themselves. Okay. I'm trying to find there it is. My brain is slow today. All right, you guys, first and foremost, when you have your market, you have different phases, all right? You have trending markets, and there's two types of trending markets. Your first is called an uptrend. Okay, like this. I'm trying to make it as pretty as possible for the example. This is called an uptrend. So what exactly classifies this as an uptrend, right? What classifies this as an uptrend, you guys, is the fact that it has a series of what? All right, let's get some interaction so I keep y'all awake. We said this is an uptrend made up of a series of what? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. No worries. Exactly, higher highs and higher lows. Oh, oops. That is the first thing that you must understand, all right? Now, because this is an uptrend, if you wanted to, I'm trying to make this as clean and neat as possible, okay? If you wanted to, you can take what they call a trend line, and your trend line basically connects the dots for those higher lows. So what exactly does that mean, okay? We have a low. Oh, let me change the color. Blue. Okay, we have a low, and we have another low. This low was higher than this one, so that's why it's called a higher low. Now we have another low, it's higher than this one, and another low, right? Higher than this one. So that's what classifies that as higher lows. We have a high, and we have another high, and it's higher than the previous higher high. Another high, higher than the previous, and another high, higher than the previous. So that is your higher highs and higher lows. Okay. Good. And this is important. I'm gonna get into that, trust me. H for higher low, okay? Let's see. All right. Oh, okay. I'm trying this out. All right. Hey, I'm getting fancy with my trading view. All right. Right. And now we have our higher highs. So this is our high. HH for higher high. All right. Yeah. That is what it is. Now, why is this important? This is important because at these peaks, at these highs and at these lows, you're going to get something that's called a reversal signal. Your reversal signal is composed of candle patterns. In case you did not know, these are called candles, okay? These are candles. And depending on the time frame you're on, determines how many minutes each candle is. I'm on the 5-minute. Those candles each represent 5 minutes of time. So really quick, because mine's a mess, because I had it marked up earlier. Okay, low, high, higher, low, higher, high. Oh, I can't get it to click. Okay, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, right? So at these peaks, you're going to have reversal signals. You're going to have sell signals and buy signals. Something that you need to remember is the trend is your friend. So if the trend is your friend, are you looking for buys or sells in an uptrend? If the trend is your friend, are you looking for buys or sells in your uptrend? You're going to be looking for buys. You're going to be looking for buys. Perfect. So that means the area that we're going to be concentrating on, all right? Oh my God, it's killing me. The area that we're going to be concentrating on, you guys, is these lows. Oh, Lord help me. I swear I know how to use my computer, okay? I swear I know how to use my computer. All right. Because at these areas, you guys, at these areas, you're going to get buy signals. It doesn't matter if that buy signal, is a bullish engulfing, hammer with a confirmation, bullish harami, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's totally cool because we're going to go over that. So that's our area of interest. That is going to be our area of interest. These right here. Is it saying that we don't care about reversals that happen here? We do care. Why? Because guess what, you guys? This is where it starts getting a lot more in depth, right? When you have a trend, you have an impulse to the upside. An impulse to the upside. That is your impulse. Impulse is always going to be to the upside. You are never ever going to enter a trade at the top of that uptrend. You're never going to enter a buy at the top of that uptrend. When you get a reversal signal at the top of that uptrend, okay, that's telling you you're going to start having a pullback. That is what that's telling you. You're going to start having a pullback. So where's your pullback? Where's your pullback? Your correction here. And if you don't, even if you do know this information, you guys, it's okay to refresh. You can never go wrong with the basics. All right. So we have our impulse, which is in line with the direction of our trend. And then we have our correction, right? Our pullback, our retracement, which is your counter trend. So yes, you're going to get sell signals here. That's important for us so we don't enter for buys, but our most optimal area of entry is at the end of that correction. And it just so happens that it just lines up beautifully like this because I tried my best to make it line up. It's never going to be 100% perfect. I want to make that clear, but right, price broke out, retested. Price broke out, retested. Okay. These are your support resistance. It was a resistance, broke through, that resistance now became support. It was a resistance, broke through, that resistance now became support. Is this making sense to you guys? Is this making sense to you guys? You guys following along with me? Great. Perfect, perfect. Because we utilize this with our candle signal. So now we're looking for some sort of buy here, okay? That is what we're looking for. Uptrend, we're looking for buys. So now let's go over what a downtrend is, right? We went over trends, we're going over trends. So now let's go over what a downtrend is. Okay, going over what a downtrend is. This is your downtrend. It is a series of what? Downtrend. Series of what? What classifies it as a downtrend? What classifies this as a downtrend? What is lower lows, lower, lower, lower highs and lower lows, lower highs. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I like it. Lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so now just bring out the highlighter. Okay, we have a low. Let's change it to red for this example. Okay, our high. Okay, this was our high, our low. Lower high because it's lower, right? Lower low because it's lower. Lower high. Over here, lower high, lower low, lower high. That's seriously what classifies this as a downtrend, you guys. Is seriously, it's seriously that simple. Being able to identify your trends. All right, so now let's take a trend line. Your trend line connects those peaks, right? It's like not the best. Boom. Okay, not the best, right? Because I'm drawing this out myself. So now what? Now what? So because we're in a downtrend, our impulse is in line with the direction of our trend. Boom. Boom. Okay. So now we obviously have candle signals here telling us, hey, market's going to start pulling back now. It's going to start reversing. It's going to start buying. You don't want to enter for a sell here. It's telling you it's going to start reversing. You're going to wait. Remember, now we're talking about this counter trend, right? We're going to wait until the end of this correction. Price is correcting itself. Price is correcting itself. So in a downtrend, are we looking for buys or sells? In a downtrend, are we looking for buys or sells? You're looking for, exactly, you're looking for sells. You're looking for a signal here to tell you, yep, we're going to start going back in the downtrend now. Exactly. I'm going to start going back in the downward direction now. So how do we know? Guess what? Those are our candle patterns, our candle signals. Okay. You also have something called consolidation or ranging market. All right. Oh, I forgot to connect our little fancy things here. Consolidation or a ranging market. So let's get into that. Right. I placed our support resistance. Was a support, broke through, is now a resistance. Was a support, broke through, is now a resistance. So now you have consolidation. You can trade candle patterns and consolidation, you guys, on a higher time frame. Why do I say it like that? Because you want as much distance between your support resistance as possible. You want as much distance between your support and resistance in a consolidation as possible to even consider using some type of pattern. Okay. You're going to see reversals. I'll use my paintbrush again. my highlighter, here and here. Okay, here, here, here. That's where you're going to see them. I don't personally recommend ever using your patterns in consolidation. That is my personal opinion. It works beautifully in a trending market. Beautifully in a trending market. These are what you want. You want to wait for your buy signal here, or you want to wait for your sell signal here. Okay. So now let's start getting into those patterns. What is going to tell us to buy or sell? Okay, so before we get started on my slides, you guys, because I am someone who loves using slides, that's just how I am. Sorry, my divergence indicator popped up. That's just who I am. I love using them so you guys can actually see a beautiful picture example and then my examples. But you have different types of candle patterns. You have single candle, 2 candle, and 3 candle. Single candle patterns, 2 candle patterns, and 3 candle patterns. The higher the amount, right, the max you're ever going to get is your 3 candle pattern. To me, those are your stronger patterns because essentially that last candle in the 3 candle pattern would work as your confirmation. Okay. That's just my personal point of view and opinion. So your candle patterns, you have single, 2 candle, and 3 candle. Single candle means it's composed of 1 candle. 2 candle means there's 2 candles that make that pattern, and 3 candle means there's 3 candles that make that pattern. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit more about the anatomy of your candles, you guys. When you're looking at your candles have a high, a low, an open, and a close. This is essentially telling you who is in charge for this particular candle. And if you have a beautiful set of candles going towards the upward direction, that means that obviously, even though one of your candles might be red, the overall direction of your candles is to the upside. So your buyers technically have that power, right? So right here on the left, you're going to see the Candlestick Trading Bible and Candlestick course represent your bullish candles, your buying candles as white. Your bearish candles or your seller candles are black, right? But on my trading view, this is why I did it this way. On my trading view, because I'm the one teaching you, I use blue for bullish and red for bearish. You obviously can use green, all right? It's honestly your personal preference. I've seen people have like purple and yellow, dark purple and light purple, right? It's your personal preference how you want them represented, as long as you understand what that color means to you. So white will be for our buying candles or bullish, and black will be for our red candles or our bearish. Your bulls represent your buyers. If you did not know that now, please write it now. Bulls represent your buyers. Your bears represent your sellers. That means they have control for this particular session, this particular candle. So now let's look at our candle. Okay, we have our high, right? And we have our low. This means at some point in time, sellers were able to push price down here, and at some point in time, buyers are able to push price here. Essentially, your body is the essence of price movement. Why did it come out like that? Your body is the essence of price movement. This is your open, meaning price bought up and closed here. Price bought up and closed up there. On the right hand side, you obviously have your high, obviously have your low. But in your seller candle, guess what? Your open is here, all right, telling you price sold down and closed here. You must understand the anatomy of your candles, okay? So I'm gonna clear this off and I'm gonna move to the next one. All right. So now the size of your candles give you some feedback as to what's happening in the market. Your wicks and your bodies tell you a story. I say this all the time. Your candles are people's emotions displayed on a chart for you. When people are panic selling, what direction is it going in and what color are they usually? Red. And they're going down, right? Your candles tell you a story. On the left-hand side, your candle bodies are larger candle bodies, right? Larger candle bodies. This is telling you this white candle, our bullish candle, your buyers had a lot of strength, a lot of momentum in this. This candle is telling you your sellers had a lot of strength, had a lot of momentum. Now, on the right-hand side, you have short candle bodies. Please take note, small candle body, small candles, right? Small candles are known as spinning tops. You'll hear this term in the candlestick course a lot. Small candles are your spinning tops. Small candles are your spinning tops. So this candle right here closed as a bullish candle, but there wasn't a lot of strength behind that move. So for me, I would see this and I'd be like, yeah, it's a bullish candle, but buyers don't have as much power as we think, or else it would look like this, right? This candle, it's a seller candle, but it's a small body. So your sellers actually don't have a lot of power in this particular session, this particular candle. So please be sure that you guys understand that about the size of the candle body, the size of the candle body, because now we're going to move on to talk about wicks or shadows. I'm going to clear this off. So now let's talk about the wick of your candle. Wick of your candle. Is it normal for price to overshoot the trend line? Sometimes on the smaller time frames, you'll see that it does do that. Your more precise, beautiful trend line would be wick connections, you guys. Just be aware of that. So your candlestick wicks, your long upper wick, you guys, keep it simple, keep it easy for you to understand. Long upper wick, the candle on the left. Whenever you see a long upper wick, you're going to automatically think sellers. Taking in / taking control. All right. Automatically, for my people who are usually on my candle calls, this is selling pressure. This is selling pressure. Selling pressure. Okay. You have to think about it like this. When your candles open, your buyers and sellers are playing tug of war to see who wins each and every single time. And depending on how that candle closes, determines what's going to happen, right? So think about it this way, because this is a bearish candle, price opened here. At some point in time, price shot up. Your buyers couldn't maintain that high because your sellers had a lot of power. So what happened? Price came back down and closed right here. Okay, let me clear this off. I think there's a question in the chat box. Your next candle will confirm that reversal. And we'll get into that more when we talk about the shooting star. Your next candle will confirm that reversal. On the right-hand side, oops, go back. On the right-hand side, you guys, we have a long lower wick. A long lower wick. This means what? Your buyers are peeking in / taking control. This also means buying pressure. Okay? Buying pressure. Let's dissect it a little bit, right? This is a bullish candle, meaning it opened here. At some point in time, price came down, but your sellers couldn't maintain the low, and it came right back up and closed here. Okay. Are you guys following along with me? You guys following along? Yes. Making sense? Wake up. You thought I wasn't going to ask you, huh? You thought I was going to forget to follow along with you. All right, good. Love it. So let me clear this off. All right. Now, there's one last thing that I want to talk about. We were talking about spinning tops. Guys, if you see a candle like this, I'm drawing it out for you on the right-hand side. If you see a candle like this, this is called a high wave candle. High wave candle. Right? It has long upper wick and long lower wick, and the body's more in the center, right? High wave candle. This candle means indecision. Oh, if I can spell indecision. This candle means indecision. This is your classic example of your buyers and sellers are still playing tug of war, right? The price is in the center and they're both pulling on each end. This is called a high wave candle. And it means indecision. How many of you have seen a candle like this and we're like, what in the world? Let me know. Like, how many of you have seen a candle like this on your charts and like, what? What is this monstrosity, right? Yeah, that's what that means. It's an indecision candle. You're not going to touch it. You're not going to do anything. They don't know what they're doing, so we don't know what we're doing. Remember, our job's not to predict, it's to react. If they don't know, then we don't know. Okay? I'm going to clear that off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now I'm pretty sure we're going to get into it. All right, if you're ready to learn reversal candle patterns, or some of them can also be used as continuations. I talked about them in the sense of reversals. If you're ready, type ready, because we're going to start getting into it. You guys hear my daughter in the background. She's like, are you ready to rumble? I could seriously hold that out longer, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. Let's get it. No, we'd be here forever, guys. Stop. Okay. If you're someone who's like, how do I know that this is going to turn around? How did you see that? Why? This is it. This is going to save you. So bearish engulfing. Your bearish engulfing is a 2 candle pattern. Reina, ya, por favor. 2 candle pattern. Bearish engulfing. Does this mean we're buying or selling? Look at the title. Bearish engulfing. Does that mean it's a buy or sell signal? Buy or sell signal. Bearish engulfing. Buy or sell signal. See, you already know, right? In the title of the name, bearish engulfing. We went over what bulls and bears meant. So this is our sell signal. You guys are already halfway there. A quarter of the way, we'll get you there. 2 candle pattern, bearish engulfing, sell signal. Your first candle body is a small candle. It's not specifying a color. It's not specifying anything. All it's saying is it's a small body. Your second candle is a bearish candle. The significance of it, it's a larger bearish candle. Meaning this bearish candle is larger than the small body. It engulfed, devoured, whatever, the first candle. That is why it's called a bearish engulfing. This is telling you your sellers are now in control. First, because it's a small body, meaning there's not a lot of strength happening. And then you get your bearish engulfing, your large bearish candle, okay? Your sellers are now in control. So let's talk about this a little bit. Since it's a sell signal, which is why I did my whole breakdown in the beginning. Since it's a sell signal, do you think it occurs at the bottom of a downtrend or the top of an uptrend? I love it. At the top of an uptrend, because it's telling you you're going to start selling now. So that must occur at the top of an uptrend, right? It's a top reversal pattern. Perfect. So I'm going to go to the next screen and we're going to talk about it. It's a photo. I get it. People are like, it's a picture. Whoop-de-doo. Guys, I need you to see it this way first before you actually start trying to apply this on your charts, okay? What do we see here? We see that price was headed in the upward direction in our photo. For example purposes, we're going to pretend there's a resistance here. Oh, that cut so ugly. We're going to pretend there's a resistance here. Because the key thing that you guys need to understand must occur at an area of resistance. Okay, I don't care if that's your supply zone, your resistance zone, an order block, whatever the case may be, it must occur at an area of resistance to have some sort of validation. You cannot trade just based off of your candle signals alone. You're going to lose. You need to use this in conjunction with other confirmations. You have factors of confluence, you guys. That's seriously a fancy way of saying multiple confirmations. Okay, you need to have multiple confirmations when you're entering your trade. You're not going to be entering just because you saw a bearish engulfing, or just because you had a resistance zone, or just because currency heat wave told you it was strong, right, or weak. You're not going to do that, right? You're going to use multiple things to confirm why you're entering. If you can't tell me why you're entering a trade, you do not need to be entering a trade. You have to have something to back you up to enter your trade. So bearish engulfing must occur at an area of resistance. What about these candles is telling you that buyers are kind of like losing their strength? What about these candles? Price is in an upward direction, but what about the candles is telling you they're losing strength? I know it's a photo, guys, but really look at these candles. We just talked about bodies and wicks. What about these candles is screaming to you, your buyers are losing steam? They're all bullish candles, but what about them is screaming to you, they're not as strong as we think they are? Amazing job, you guys. Some of them have small bodies and a lot of them have long upper wicks. So that's your first indication that your buyers aren't doing too good, right? Next is we have our resistance there, and next we have our bearish engulfing. So that is a great indication that your price is going to turn around. All right, I'm going to clear this off. That is confirmation for entry, meaning if you had a sell limit here and you missed it and you get a bearish engulfing, that is a confirmation for entry. Okay, so I'm going to clear this off. We're going to go to the next one. We're going to go to its counterpart. Its counterpart is a bullish engulfing. First of all, it's a 2-candle pattern, right? You see that? 2-candle pattern. Sorry, sometimes I scream a lot, you guys. I'm not mad or anything. I'm not mad, I promise. Your bulls are your buyers. So this is a buy signal, right? Bulls are your buyers. It's a buy signal. Okay. This must occur. I'm going to type it out. Because it's a buy signal, must occur at a support level / bottom of downtrend. Right? Must occur at a support level or at the bottom of your downtrend. So let's look at it. Your first candle is a small body. It's not specifying it has to be bullish or bearish. It's just saying small body. Your second candle is a large bullish candle. Your engulfing candle completely ate up and spit out the small candle before it. This is an engulfing candle. You guys, this is one of the most common candle patterns you will see. This is going to be one that sticks out to you a lot. A lot. So I'm going to clear this off. Oh, make sure I don't have questions. I'm going to clear this off. I like how someone typed buy in there. See, I didn't even have to ask. They're like, buy, boom, I know, right? Clear it off. We're going to go to the next one. Okay. In this photo, this might be a little harder for you guys to see, and that's okay. In this photo, we are in a downtrend. Okay, we are in a downtrend. Market is headed to the downside. Let's say, for example purposes, we have an area of support. So not only do we have an area of support, it happened at the bottom of this downtrend. We have our bullish engulfing signal. This bullish engulfing, I need you guys to see this. This isn't as drastic as the previous slide, right? But it's still an engulfing because our bullish candle is still bigger than this candle. So it's still an engulfing candle, okay? This is a great indication that price is going to buy. Great indication that price is going to buy. This is your buy signal. Let's say you had a buy limit set here and you missed it or it didn't activate, but you're still able to watch it. This is a great confirmation for your buy. It's a great reason to enter. All right. You guys making sense? Is you guys making sense? Is this making sense? Is this making sense to you guys? If you're following along and you're gaining some knowledge, type of 2. Oh, help me. If you're following along and you're getting some knowledge, type of 2. You guys are like, are you making sense? Let's ask that question first of all. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to clear this off and we're going to go to the next one. All right, Doji. That's okay. Someone said, look, but our wicks weren't telling us anything, but you have tiny candle bodies. Not all of your candles have some type of wick at the bottom, but your candle bodies are pretty small and made up of small candles. You don't always see it this way. It's not always going to be where you have a series of small candles or some type of wick, but when you see it this way, that's great indication for you to look out at that support or resistance level. Yeah, exactly. All right, our dojis. Our dojis, you guys, there's different variations of the doji. Different variations of the doji. This one is your classic doji. Sometimes they call it a long-legged doji. The significance of this candle, you guys, this is a single candle pattern. Doji equals don't do it. Someone said the all right, guys, sorry. Sorry, I want to make sure I answer that question. I stepped away for a second. The color of the first one doesn't necessarily matter. I used to tell people it has to be a small bearish candle, but that's not always the case. As long as you have a candle that's bigger, that's what matters. All right, your doji, excuse me, your doji looks like a cross, right? Or a T. They also call it like a long-legged doji. Your opening closing price, this is going to tell you your opening and closing price are the same. I'm telling you the same or almost the same. So sometimes you'll see it like this. That is still a doji. So your closing and opening price are the same or roughly the same. Okay. This candle means indecision. Indecision. This is not a reversal signal. This is telling you a potential reversal may occur. This is not a reversal. Oh my gosh. Give me 1 sec. Okay, sorry guys, my computer was like, hello, I'm gonna die. It's like 8%. Okay. It's similar, it's similar to the high wave. It's similar to the high wave, yeah. So this means indecision, this means potential reversal, meaning you can see this at an area of resistance or top of an uptrend, or you can see this at an area of support or bottom of a downtrend. So we're gonna look at an example. And in this case, it happens to be at the top of an uptrend. Okay. For example purposes, we're gonna pretend there's an area of resistance here. You're approaching your resistance and you get a doji. This is your look out. Look out, something's gonna happen. It's about to go down. Okay. No, not in that sense, but like something's gonna happen, it's about to pop off. I don't know. Right here in this example, you guys, we had a candle confirming the reversal. Your doji tells you potential reversal. The candle after it in this example confirmed that reversal. This is your confirmation. This is your confirmation. Doji is telling you possible reversal because we hit a resistance. The candle after it is saying, I'm confirming this reversal. Because your doji appeared at an area of resistance, it's saying, hey, a possible reversal sell is going to happen. And your next candle being a bearish candle that closed below the low of the doji tells you you're going to start seeing that reversal now. So I'm going to type it out. Bearish candle that closed below the low of the doji. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? No? All right. Clear? Now I'm gonna kind of hide some stuff. I don't like, why was that? I'm just looking for white. Okay. I'm gonna clear off some stuff. Now we're gonna pretend that price was headed in the downward direction. And then we got our doji at an area of support, right? We have our doji at the bottom of a downtrend at an area of support. If I am looking for a confirmation for my buy, what color candle has to appear after the doji? If your confirmation doesn't close below that doji, you should wait for another candle. You should wait for another candle. You can enter, that would be like a high risk entry. But you can still enter, but your next candle will definitely confirm that. White candle, that's right. Green, 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 bullish, perfect. So for example, just to follow along with our candlestick trading Bible. Oops, hold on. There we go. White or green, right? Buying candle to confirm that your price is going to go to the upside. I love it, you guys. Green is correct. White is correct. Yes. Perfect. If you get a candle that looks like this, that is not a reversal, right? This is usually means your sellers have regained control, right? Because indecision, your sellers regained control and it might start pushing down again, okay? Just be aware of that. So we want bullish candle. All right, I'm gonna clear this off. It's 12:54. I'm gonna clear this off. Guys, do you have any questions for me? Any questions for me? We have a couple minutes left. Ooh. Oh my goodness, sorry. Those pesky sellers. I answered earlier. The color of the body doesn't matter. You were talking about the bullish and bearish engulfing, right? You were talking about the bullish and bearish engulfing. I want to be sure. Yeah, I had gone back to the slide and answered. So the color of the candle body of your first candle doesn't matter. And then the second candle, for me, it's like a preference. I would like the smaller one to sit within the bullish candle. That's just me. Whether it be like at the top of that or let me explain what I mean before I start just talking. So whether it be, you know, down here, right? Or here, or up here. I like when it sits within it. There's going to be cases where you have it like this. Usually for me, that means that it may have been like a 3 candle pattern when that happens, because it's spaced up like that. But I like to have it like sitting within, right? Like any one of these criteria. But like I said, sometimes you will see where it's like this or something. It's still bigger than the previous. It's just not sitting in there. It's still engulfed it. I hope that answered your question. After the doji and the next candle turns red, should we wait for another candle? So you're saying if, oh my gosh, you're saying if where we had it in an example for the uptrend reversal, the example for that uptrend reversal. Okay. Oh, if you get a red candle, sorry guys, I keep yawning. I'm so sorry. It's like unprofessional. If you get, do it like this, just kind of hide all this. If we see it like this, where price was selling, and then you get a bearish candle instead of a bullish, you're just gonna leave it alone. You're gonna leave it alone. Unless price happens to, I don't know, let me see.